A couple teams in search of their first UAA wins of the season square off at DeSanto Field tonight, and they will need to battle the rain to get that first victory. It's the Case Western Reserve University Spartans taking on the University of Rochester Yellow Jackets. Good evening, everybody. Andrew Loveglass with you, bringing you the back end of tonight's soccer doubleheader from Cleveland, Ohio. In the front end, it was the men's programs from these two schools squaring off, and Rochester came away with a 2-0 victory. Now it's the women's turn. Rochester at 6-7-1 on the year, 0-4-0 in UAA play, and the Spartans at 6-9-0 on the year, 0-4-0 likewise in the University Athletic Association. Case, however, coming off a win. They won their last match by the final of 3-1 on Saturday at Oberlin. Rochester has had over a week to think about their last loss, their fourth in a row. 3 of them were shutouts. The last one was not, a 3-1 loss at the hands of RIT last Thursday. Rochester will start with it. They'll go from left to right in the navy trimmed in yellow, and the Spartans in the white trimmed in navy blue will go from right to left. A look at the starting lineups. First for the visiting Yellow Jackets, led by 7th-year head coach Syke Dardiganis in his 7th year as the head man for his alma mater. He'll start with Paige Gloucester and Yuri Freitag at the front. Margaret Lee, Haley Orchuk, along with Pamela Chan and Shayna Levy in the middle. Liz Mastoloni, Hannah Geithner, Sydney Melton, and Danny Aceves at the back. And the goalkeeper is Emma Campbell, the freshman out of Olentangy Liberty High School in Ohio. We're underway. Time to get you the starting lineup for Case Western Reserve University as that ball is played away toward midfield. The Spartans led by 11th-year head woman Tiffany Crooks. The 02 Ashland University grad will send out Kimberly Chen and Melanie Kakura at the front. Abby DeSico, Niha Chimalavagu, Ellie Zadina, and Anna Petropoulos in the middle. Emily Dickens, Mary Kate Ford, Bailey George, and Gabby Kiefer at the back. And Lauren Unterborn is the goalkeeper for the Spartans this evening. And looking for their first opportunity, there's a left-footed try that goes wide. First try towards goal of the match belongs to the Spartans, and Ellie Zadina. Zadina scored all 3 goals for Case in their 3-1 win over the Yo Women on Saturday. And she struck early. Her first in the 9th minute. She didn't strike again until the 66th, and then in the 89th minute. 2 of her goals broke ties at 0-0 and 1-1. A slick and rainy night at DeSanto Field. It's sent to the near side for Kiefer. Chimalavagu sends it back. Handled by George. Mary Kate Ford in the opening couple minutes of action. Dispossessed by the Yellow Jackets. They try to turn it back the other way. Haley Orchuk was nearest to it, but it'll go out of bounds for a throw. Taken by Freitag. Works that one down the far sideline, able first to get it around DeSico, but couldn't get it past Ford. Throw from the far side by Liz Mastoloni. She'll get it right back. Mastoloni plays it into the middle. That one in search of Levy, couldn't find her. It's rolled onto the back. Chip towards the edge of the 18, inside the box now. And George is able to ward off the on-rushing forward Paige Gloucester, senior out of Indian Hills High School in Ohio. Off of the goal kick, it's George. And sent clean out. Hannah Geithner on the throw. Chip to the middle for control by Lee. Turned over to Chimalavagu, one of the captains. Ellie Zadina, the other captain, through midfield, gets dispossessed. Chipped forward. Off the right foot of George. Long ball sent down the near side. This for Dickens. Dickens on the cross into the middle. Chen trying to find it. Twisting and turning with it. Loses possession. It comes right back to Dickens. She chips it toward goal and just over the top. The reaching Emma Campbell couldn't get to it, but it was over the crossbar for a goal kick. Emma Campbell, the freshman, gets the start tonight for Psych Dardiganis and the Yellow Jackets. The starting job has been split pretty well this year between Campbell and the senior Madeline Lee. Campbell's gone 1-4 as a starter. Our last win on September the 20th. Hunterborn will take it. Well, the rain was falling slowly at the back end of the men's contest. It's starting to pick up steam a bit here. Luckily, a brand new playing surface at DeSanto Field. And so as much as turf gets waterlogged, this is less likely to. Though it's sure to be slick. Sent to the safety of the sidelines by Sydney Melton. And the throw for Dickens. Now Geithner. Clears it in the direction of Gloucester. She'll control. Hands it off to Lee. Good defense though. Chimalavagu dispossesses her and the foul will go against Rochester. Slow going at the start. Into the 6th minute. Not much in the way of chances. Back heeled. Spartans chase it down, kept alive for Dickens. Sent away by Melton and out for a throw. Nice job by Melody Kakura to keep that alive momentarily. Dickens on the throw. This is Chen to control. Geithner wins it away. Gloucester will take control. Far side for Mastaloni. Through the midfield. Rolled too far for Orchuk. Pounded back the other way. Chasing it down. Danny Aceves. And she'll play it out. Head referee tonight, Ryan Slack. His assistants, John Kipp and Zinel Alushi. Played into the box, but offside. Chen is going to play at the top of this formation. Sophomore out of Saratoga High School in California, who has points in 3 of her last 5 games played. Among the team's leading scorers. 3 goals and 2 assists this year. Of course, Zadina now the outright leader with her 6 goals following the 3 against Oberlin. That one played near Zadina, not quite to her. Comes over to Levy. Near side for Chan. Well played through to Margaret Lee. Nice play by Lee to win it away from Chimalavagu and then sent a little bit too hot looking for Geithner down the near side. Well played. Chimalavagu and Dickens draped all over Margaret Lee, and from her knees she somehow back-heeled it to herself. Kakura. Dribbling through traffic, finds Zadina. Rolled back for Chimalavagu, who just punches it to the back line with Gloucester pestering her. Now it's Aceves. To the far side, Freitag. Chip back a little too far. And they'll regroup. To Emma Campbell. A .750 save percentage in her 7 matches played, 5 starts. This is Chen. Defensed away from her by Aceves, but for a throw. Throw comes to Zadina. Heads it toward Kakura. It found Chen, and Chen was offside when the play started. Second offside called against the Spartans, both against Kimberly Chen. She was a regular contributor last year for Tiff Crooks. Finds herself right in the center of things again this year. Paige Gloucester for the Jersey girl Margaret Lee. Rolled through to Chan. Back for Lee. She plays pitch and catch with Chan into the corner. Pamela Chan on the cross. Took a deflection toward the penalty area into a dangerous space very close to Freitag, but booted away. Good defense by Anna Petropoulos and a foul on Rochester. You see Petropoulos, the sophomore, adjusting her knee brace on her right knee after making that spectacular play to send that away from Freitag. She's a Clevelander. Petropoulos went to high school, though, in Minnesota at the great prep school Shattuck St. Mary's. Now Gloucester on it for Freitag. Rolled on for Lee. Dickens with a nice job to intervene. Chimalavagu sends it away. Handled by Levy. Now for Lee again. Lee, she thought she had Chan running to her right. And her peripheral vision deceived her. We're starting to see the rain come in sideways with the wind blowing to the near sideline. To the near sideline and towards the goalkeeper to our left, Emma Campbell. It's going to be unfriendly playing conditions tonight. Off of Kiefer last. And out for a throw. Geithner to take it. Into the middle, Levy. Played forward by Mastaloni. Now Lee on the cross to the edge of the box. Geithner steps up, headed away from Gloucester, and booted clear. Levy gets her head on it. Rochester starting to swarm. This is Lee. Sends a roller for Chan on the near side. And played out for a deep throw in their defensive quarters. Emily Dickens over Chan. Clipped her head, and so Lee will take it. Punched ahead by Melton. And the Spartans the other way. Not for long. The Seco trying to find it. It'll stay with the Spartans. Freitag chips it forward. Here's Chimalavagu. Running it away from Gloucester. Played through down the far side, too far. Manages to stay in play. Mastaloni warding off. Taken away from her. Zadina in the box. Headed back towards Zadina. She can't find it. Cleared by Levy, only as far as Chimalavagu. She'll get it over to Dickens. Dickens trying to find space at the edge of the 18. Nobody home and cleared away. This is George. Off of Freitag and out. Into the 14th minute and no score. Rochester in case. This is Chen cutting it back into the middle. Off of Freitag. Took a clip off of Petropoulos. Now Zadina into the box. 2 bounces. Easy for Emma Campbell. Flip back by Chan to Geithner. A little bit of a different lineup in this match than what the Yellow Jackets threw out there against RIT. Geithner getting the start along with Orchuk and Lee. They didn't start in the last match. Emily Tompkins and Megan Martin along with Nicolette Kober coming off the bench today, whereas they started against Rochester Institute of Technology. Booted forward by Ford, but deflected off of Gloucester. George has to come to the rescue. Unterborn chips it clear. Kokora turns with it. Petropoulos. Only as far as Chan. Pinballed off of Chimalevagu. Came to Levy. Chimalevagu takes control. Now for Dickens. Sent long for Chen. Too far for her. Into the waiting arms of Campbell. And good defense by Sydney Melton to put herself in between her goalkeeper and the on-rushing Kimberly Chen. Now Kokora. Taken away from her. Turning with it was Orchuk. Now Levy. Trying to fend off Zadina. Gets it over to Lee. Working it around Chimalevagu. Headed back the other way though. Lee takes control again. On her right. As Levy. For Chan. Soft touch. Chan will control along the end line. And it will go out for a corner kick. And the first one for the Yellow Jackets. First one of this match for either side. Rochester will call on Mastoloni to take it. The sophomore out of Rye Country Day High School in Connecticut. With her right, she sends it low towards goal. Gets it right back from Chan. High archer to the back post. Chipped away. Zadina does a nice job along with Abby DeSico to send it out toward the far side, and a throw for the Spartans. It'll go as a foul actually on the far side before it rolls out. No score in the first half. Rochester in case. Spartans trying to extend their streak of victories to 2. After a win against Oberlin Saturday, Rochester hoping to put a close to a losing streak that's touched 4. Chimalevagu off the outside of her right foot, off of Dickens and out. Anna Geithner will handle the throw. Chested down by Chan. Rolls one for Geithner, who keeps it on the near side. For Gloucester. Soft touch for Lee. Plays it through for Geithner, stepping up from right back. And played out by Ford, who steps in. Like a pincer, she clamped down on that chance. Gloucester into the middle, off of Chimalevagu. Lee trying to find it. Chimalevagu takes it. Now for Chen. Played long down the near side. Stepping in to turn it away is Aceves. Now Lee. And a small triangle on that near side. They want some more space but can't get it. Zadina takes it instead for Case. Rolled on nicely for Chen. Chen into a little more space. Working it around Geithner. She takes a tumble and a foul coming. And a set piece in a great spot for the Spartans. Sydney Melton raising her arms like, what do you want me to do? She just warded off Chen. Geithner came in, and that last little bump did it. Chen had no room with which to work. And it turns into a set piece. Chimalevagu there, along with DeSico. Rochester sets up the wall on the near side. Chimalevagu to take it. For Chen. Turns one toward the penalty area, sent back toward Chen. She'll head it back into the box. Geithner dispossessed. Chen looking for it. It will go off of Chen and out. Good defense by Melton, stepping up and sending it off of Chen. Deflects over the goal line. Rain continues to come down in Cleveland. Expecting rain again tomorrow for the football game as Petropolis gives that over to Campbell. Santo Field getting a workout. Soccer doubleheader. Case and Rochester, men and women, tonight. Case football taking on Washington University in St. Louis tomorrow at noon. 17th ranked undefeated Spartans. And another soccer doubleheader against Emory on Sunday. Now into the box. This is Kakura with the left. Didn't get much on it. And Campbell falls on it. Kakura found herself right on the penalty dot. Turned back around and tried to get something on it with the left, but perhaps with the slick surface, she lost her footing. Tough to turn on a dime in this weather. Went off of Zadina. Kakura can't get to it. And a handball off of Chan. Spartans starting to warm to the task. We're seeing more and more of the possession to our left in the direction of Campbell. Petropolis plays it into the box off of Zadina for a goal kick. Hasn't quite found her form tonight. Ellie Zadina, senior captain out of Loyola Academy in the Chicago area. Freitag will wait for that one to roll out. Rochester headed up by Thomas Syke Dardiganis. Rochester grad in his 7th season, spent 14 as Terry Gurnett's assistant at his alma mater. Now the head man of the women's program. That goes out on the far side. Here's Freitag. Into the middle, Gloucester. Now with the right, too far. A little wide past Unterborn. Past the goal. Sent that way by Orchuk. Haley Orchuk, the senior out of Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. Been a regular since her freshman year. Playing mostly off the bench this year. Kind of a mixed bag of starts and bench play for Orchuk. Lee finds it. Chimalevagu giving her some trouble. Here's Chan for Geithner. Now Lee. Cuts it against the grain. Gives it back to Chan. Too strong on the touch. And Zadina dispossesses. Looking for Kokora. Long ball. Melanie Kokora. Cutting back. Waiting for help. Chen on her left. Kokora plays it through for Chen, but the offside flag is up. Maybe by a half step. But Chen, it looked like, got baited by Sydney Melton. And Kokora almost found her on the doorstep. The infraction negated it. Here is Kokora playing through. Chen works it into the corner on Melton. Cuts it back with the left, takes a deflection, and rolls out for a corner kick. Spartans' first corner of the match. Zadina in the corner with Chen. Let's see who takes it. Looks to be Zadina for Chen. Soft touch for Zadina. Looked like Zadina wanted to back heel that. She'll find Chen anyway. They play pitch and catch. Zadina hammers it toward goal, deflects off of Levy and out. Another corner kick for the Spartans. In the 26th minute, no score. Zadina will take it again. This time no question. For George. Nobody home. DeSico was trying to swim to that back post. Could not get there in time for the service. Emily Tompkins checks in for Psych Dardiganis' women. Paige Gloucester sits down for Rochester. Tompkins, a freshman out of Maryland, Walt Whitman High School. She takes over for the striker. Here is Tompkins. Played off of Chimalavagu. Handled by Zadina. Turns back with it. Wards off Tompkins. Pounded forward by Kiefer. Rolls on. Kokora! Diving on it is Campbell. Kokora almost made something happen out of nothing. Off the service in from Zadina, she chipped it around the defender to herself, but too far, and Campbell jumped on it. Now Lee around Chimalavagu, avoids getting tripped up. Swims back to the middle. Sent long by Orchuk for Freitag. Freitag. Little arm bar there. Orchuk for Levy. Now Hannah Geithner. Scoreless so far. Lee into space. Levy! Tried to one-time that. It deflected. Nothing much to do for Lauren Unterborn. She just waited on it and got to it before the on-rushing Freitag. Well set up, though. Lee put that on a tee for Shayna Levy. Here's Freitag again. Played through. And over the end line for a goal kick. Time for subs. Megan Martin, Nicolette Kober, Andrea Lopez on for Rochester. Levy along with Melton and Orchuk take their respective seats. Fresh legs on. Here's Geithner. For Lee. Chima Lavagu takes it away. Chipped forward. Kikora flicks on toward Chen. Can't get there. Zadina. Now Dickens. She's got speed to burn past Geithner. Chen running into the box. Dickens on the cross. This is Chen turning with it on her right. Rolls it back. Kikora takes a spill at the edge of the box. No call. Chima Lavagu's shot gets blocked by the newly checked in Andrea Lopez. Headed back. Chima Lavagu takes control again. This is Zadina. Zadina for Chen. Campbell has it. Not sure if the flag would have gone up there. It would have been close. 30th minute, no score. Looks like fresh legs coming pretty soon again for Rochester. Anna Wadsworth, Anna McEachran waiting to come on. McEachran was the lone goal scorer in the loss to RIT last Thursday. Freitag saves it and wins it around DeSico. Cuts it back against Petropolis. All the way cross field. Geithner will let Chan take it. Hannah Geithner. Freitag, too strong on the touch. Spartan ball. Freitag trying to contend. That was touched not by her, by her counterpart. Loads of subs. Maggie Tima is one for the Spartans. So is Megan Masterson. And Emily Hauser. Angelina Batty also checking in for Case. Played into the middle, Geithner. Chima Lavagu. This is Masterson. She sends it out. Annie McEachran newly checking in. She'll handle the throw. Chima Lavagu sends that out. Nicolette Kober into the match as well for Rochester. As is Hannah Wadsworth. Lots of fresh legs for both sides. And a foul on the near side against Chen. Sets up a set piece in a real good spot for Rochester. Could be the best chance they've had all night. They'll tee up Mastaloni to take it. Liz Mastaloni. To the penalty area. Chested down, chipped out. Well played by Bailey George. Spartans trying to run the other way. Zadina couldn't get to it. Chip back for Chima Lavagu. Too far for Zadina. Handled by Megan Martin. Pressure coming. Sent through the middle for Kober. Kober still in control on the far side. It comes to Tompkins. Hammers it down the right side. McEachran. Into the box, McEachran turns with it, crosses, back post, too far and too tall for Wadsworth. They battle for it on the far side. Foul called against the Spartans. That was Hauser. Chance coming, hammered toward goal by Colbert, got deflected out. The race is on to get it. Tima doesn't get it first, but it chips back to Geithner anyway. Zadina. Now George. Kober waits for a teammate Martin to take it. Now Tima, dispossessed by Kober. Chipped over by Aceves. Aceves gets it back. All the way across Geithner. Turning away from Zadina. Too far, intended for McEachran. Masterson. Intended for Zadina, but it goes out. Well, it's been Rochester's time over the last 5+ minutes. Not much in the way of true chances, but a lot in possession. Chen's throw toward Tima. Out of bounds, last touch by Mastaloni. In the 36th minute, here's Chen on the throw. Off of Tima. Masterson steps up. Kept alive. Masterson and Tompkins come together. They collide. They're all right, and Tompkins will give it up on the throw. Geithner will take. Backheeled. Tompkins off of Masterson. Slowly they inch down toward Unterborn. As if the goal is to see how far they can get just by throwing it. Chen sends it out, and they keep inching their way toward the corner flag. Geithner. That one again takes a deflection off of Chen. She's tangled with McEachran. Flipped over Masterson. George has to step in and help. Rochester maintains possession. Lee trying to cut it back to the middle, and a foul called on Margaret Lee. It's been a contentious and physical last couple of minutes as the pace has picked up. Chimwalavagu off of her and out. Now for Lee. Lee slips and falls. Here is Chimwalavagu. On for Batty. Crossing under Tima. She couldn't get it. Cleared away. Chimwalavagu with the left. One bouncer. Campbell falls on it. Very nearly a chance for Maggie Tima, but the ball played through by Batty went through her legs. Now with 7 minutes left in the first half, no score. Almost mishandled by Mastaloni. Geithner. McEachran. Almost a big collision as Masterson stepped up. Lee avoided the collision. Here's Lopez and Geithner working it around Batty. Kober sends it far side. Controlled by Martin. Into the middle it comes. Kober again steps up. Tima tries to take it away. And out of bounds off the Spartans, Emily Hauser. Looks like we're getting subs. McKenna Dougherty on for the Yellow Jackets. Lizzie Barna checks in for Case in a defensive struggle of a first half. And a slippery defensive struggle. Last touched by the Yellow Jackets. They don't like it. It's like Dardiganis certainly doesn't like it. Actually called for a foul. Sent long by Petropoulos. Chimalevagu tries to get on the other end of it. It will roll out for a throw. These two teams playing a pretty even match. But Rochester having kind of some of the same problems they had against RIT, at least in terms of getting the ball on goal. They only registered 2 shots on goal that whole match. One of them found the back of the net, Annie McEachran, in the 3-1 loss. But while they've had pretty good possession time, they have not been able to connect in a scoring area. Masterson. Off of Batty to Chimalevagu. Chips it long. Batty on the run. Geithner chasing after her. Batty wins out. Geithner takes a spill, and it's Batty. To the edge of the 18. Deflects back. Petropoulos steps up. Handled there by Dougherty. Newly checked in. This is Kober. Near side Geithner. For McEachran with under 4 to play in the first half. Dougherty. Turned over to the Spartans. Chimalevagu. All the way across the pitch. Hauser cannot get there. They're trying desperately to reverse field, and that must have taken a Yellow Jacket touch. Chip toward the middle. Ford trying to take it away from Tompkins. Hammered down the right side for McEachran. A good ball by Lopez. McEachran toward Tompkins. George is there to try to defense, as is Chen. Nobody can get it away from Tompkins until finally George steps in and rolls it out. Now toward the box. Turning with it and sent wide. Hannah Wadsworth. Best opportunity so far. Not on goal. She had to act quick. Time and space, well, maybe not running out. Kind of uncertain for her, with her back her back turned toward the goal. Skyhook toward midfield. Taken by Case with Chen on it. Tries to work it around Dougherty. Gets it to Batty. Played out off of Mastaloni. Under 2 to play in the first half. We're into the 44th minute. 0-0. Booted clear by Geithner. Tompkins chases. Masterson clears. Petropoulos. Chimalevagu. Turns, chips, nobody home. Might have been offside. Campbell with Barno rushing. About to hit the 45th minute. Here we are, 60 seconds left in the first half. And no score. Foul behind the play. Nicolette Kober will be whistled for the foul on Megan Masterson. This will eat up quite a bit of clock. 35 seconds remaining. Spartans trying to get it back to Bailey George, who will take it with 25 seconds remaining. Ten seconds left. Batty to the edge of the 18. One last clear should send us to the end of the first 45. And here we are at the halftime break. Not much in the way of opportunities for either side. Rochester 0, Case Western Reserve University likewise. Case and Rochester playing to a scoreless draw at the end of the first 45 minutes of action. The Spartans and the Yellow Jackets both trying to get their first conference wins of the season. And these are two teams that have not scored a whole lot in conference play. As a matter of fact, Rochester has not scored at all this year across now 4.5 UAA contests. And for the Spartans, not much different. 1 goal against 9 against in their first 4.5 contests in the UAA. Well, somebody will have to get one in the next 45 or we're heading to an extra period plus. Case starts with it in the white, trimmed in navy, going from left to right. And of course, Rochester in the navy, trimmed in yellow, going from right to left. This is Freitag. Dispossessed by Zadina. They tussle and tumble. Freitag goes down. No call from head referee Ryan Slack. Now a Rochester foul. Set piece for the Spartans. Takes a flick to the edge of the box. Chen tries to find it. Dickens there too. Cleared away by Pamela Chan. Handled by Campbell pretty easily there. Take a look at your first half statistics. 5 shots for Case, 3 of them on target. 2 shots for Rochester, none of them on target to Lauren Unterborn. 6 fouls for Rochester to 3 for Case. That is really it. Case has 2 corners to Rochester's 1. Not an offensively minded first half. This is Gabby Kiefer trying to play it around Paige Closter. Taken by Rochester, though. Rolled back by Chan to be controlled onto the turning foot of McEachran, or rather Lee, and now Levy. Handled by Orchuk. Levy plays it to the far side. This is Chan working on Dickens. Toward the end line, too far for a goal kick. Spartans and Yellow Jackets coming into today tied for the last spots in the UAA, and also with the lowest goal totals both in UAA play and overall among UAA teams. And similarly, they are last and second to last in goals allowed, both in conference play and non-conference. This is Chan. Goes out for a goal kick. For Rochester coming into tonight, and it still holds true. Fewest goals scored, 15 this year. Most goals allowed this year as well. And for the Spartans, they are just a tick above them. Second fewest goals scored, 18, just 1 in conference. Second most goals allowed, 21 total, 9 in UAA play. But that one into the box. A foul on Rochester. Almost a chance. Unterborn tried to jump on it. But there was a golden opportunity waiting for Haley Orchuk not to be converted after the foul. Rain has stopped. The chill has remained at DeSanto Field. That's played out by DeSico. Back end of our soccer doubleheader tonight. Pleasure to have you with us. Andrew Luftglass with you in Cleveland. Rochester won game 1. The men's program squaring off 2-0 was the final there. No score in the women's match. This is Megan Martin, painted into a corner and out for a goal kick. Well played defensively by Ford and George. Headed forward by Freitag, and then goes out. Yori Freitag, Paige Gloucester. The two strikers starting for Psych Dartiganis and Rochester in the second half. They started the first half as well. This is Freitag, her class valedictorian at her prep high school, Seton Catholic Prep in the state of Washington. She helps her team win a corner. Just their second of the match. Liz Mastoloni will take it as she took the first. In the 51st minute, and no score. Mastoloni. To the edge of the 18 it comes. Handled by Lee. Chipped over, Gloucester touches for Lee. For Levy, excuse me. Now it's Gloucester again. Petropoulos intervenes. Levy, that was a prayer. Unanswered. Petropoulos steps up. Jostling and losing out. Or winning out, as it were. Not for long, though. Taken back by Rochester. Orchuk. Played through the middle. Now Petropoulos. Sends it long. Kimberly Chen. And sent too long. Pamela Chan. Sent all the way across. Handled by Martin. Megan Martin. Yori Freitag. Lee turning with it. Chipped forward toward midfield. One out by Kokora. And it's Chen. Waiting for numbers. Down the right side, Melton comes in. Melton plays it out, and a corner kick for Case. First of the half, third of the match. Ellie Zadina will take it. St. Dartiganis, Tiff Crooks, shouting instructions to their respective women in the box. Zadina on the service, right into the middle. Chen tries to find it, shovels it over for Zadina. She'll try a cross over the top of the cage. Played near side. This is Martin for Freitag, working it around to Seco. Margaret Lee. Played long, far side. This is Chan. Chan on the cross, into the middle. Unterborn with the stop. Rebound sent wide by Freitag. The first real good opportunity. Unterborn equal to the task on the first, and Freitag couldn't clean up the rebound. What a service in by Pamela Chan. and very nearly 1-0 Rochester. The initial shot, a header by Haley Orchuk. And Unterborn comes up huge to keep it even at 0-0. Levy. Now Freitag. That cross turns into a corner, deflecting off of DeSico. Rochester's starting to buzz. Mastaloni on the corner. Headed away by Petropoulos. Pinballs to Kokora. Plays it only as far as Mastaloni. Back to the edge of the box. Shayna Levy. Pamela Chan. Chan into the box. Right foot to the back of the net. Pamela Chan. And it's 1-0 Rochester. A terrific move just inside the 18. And an even better finish to the back post. For Rochester, their very first goal in UAA play this year. And they are hoping to pick up their first win in conference play. The goal for Chan, her third of the year. The junior out of Wayland High School in Washington. It's a big one. Case tries to answer. That shot blocked. Kokora takes it. Chen nearby. So too is Chima Lavagu. Petropoulos hammers it wide. The goal officially scored in the 56th minute. By Chan. Case looking like it wants a sub pretty soon. Looks to be Emily Hauser on the far side. Sent long toward Campbell. At the edge of the box, she tries to clear, collides with Kokora. It deflects away, and it's played to the far sideline and out. Danny Aceves comes to the rescue, and that was almost disastrous for the Yellow Jackets and a coup for the Spartans. DeSico checks out. It is Emily Hauser checking in as the Spartans try to equalize. Here's Zadina off the outside of her foot and over the line for a goal kick. Rochester 1, Case nothing. After what was, at that point, the best opportunity of the game, turned away by Lauren Unterborn less than a minute later. One put past her by Pamela Chan. Orchuk was stopped on the doorstep on a header. Unterborn coming up big with the save, then Freitag sent the next try wide. Rochester had another one in them. Now it's Aceves after the foul. Levy controls. Chip back by Orchuk. Rolled on to George. Bailey George trying to send it near Emma Campbell or in that direction, but turned back the other way. Lee to Chan. Just keeps it alive? No, she did not. Looked for a second. Like she kept that in bounds. An ambitious ball by Lee and almost a good one. Here's Chen. Kimberly Chen. Melton does a nice job to defend her and send it away. Hauser on the throw. Here's Zadina. Chen. Cleared away before Dickens can get to it. Here's Chen. Played out by Freitag. This is a Spartans team that's down, but they have played some really difficult opponents late. They'll know what it takes to get back into this. That cross attempt blocked. Back the other way is Lee. The Spartans have lost 3 of their last 4, but 2 of the losses against top-ranked teams. As a matter of fact, at the time they played those teams, they were ranked number 1 and 2 in the nation, respectively. Lost to number 2 Washington University in St. Louis. They're now number 6. They also lost at Chicago, who's still number 1. And 3 of their last 4 losses against teams at the time ranked in the top 25. Brandeis, when they played them, were ranked 24th. They've now fallen out of the rankings. Rochester on top of the Spartans now. And that cross into the back of the net. 2-0. Liz Mastaloni looked like she just wanted to cross it to the back post, but she cleared Lauren Unterborn and hit the twine. From no goals and no wins in UAA play to up 2-0 on the road. That's a big goal for the Yellow Jackets. Mastaloni in the 62nd minute. Her second goal of the year for the sophomore from Connecticut. Now you're going to start to see balls cleared forward and bodies rushing forward in white jerseys with a pretty frenetic pace and with a lot of urgency. So this is Chen on the throw. They'll be asked to do it again. Subs coming on. Lizzie Barna for the Spartans. Emily Tompkins for Rochester. Here is Zadina. Cross deflects off of Kokora, cleared away by Levy. Annie McEachran also checks in for Rochester. Bailey George is on it. Or rather, Mary Kate Ford. Now it's Hauser. Chimalavagu through the middle. Ford sends it forward. And off of Zadina and out. Orchuk out. Nicolette Kober comes in, the senior out of Oakdale High School in Maryland. Just like she did in the first half, did not start, but comes on as a sub. Here's Kokora with the Spartans down 2-0. Chimalevagu back for Kiefer. Mary Kate Ford on the near side. Sent off of McEachran and out. Sent all the way back to Campbell off the foot of Aceves. And now for another throw. Well, the Spartans far from out of it. Down 2-0, though. They'll need to get one in short order to have a realistic chance at equalizing and forcing an overtime period. Here's Hauser. Dribbles it around Levy. Chen with a good ball. Dickens on the run. Dickens cuts it back. Played nicely away and Melton clears. That is good defense. On the far side in the corner, it was Freitag who made the play on Emily Dickens. McEachran chested down by Levy. Sent into the middle. Good flip over for Kober. Now McEachran looking for a run. Opts to go over to Lee. Twists it around Zadina. Now for Levy. This is Freitag. Around Dickens. Cross blocked. Corner kick. And a Rochester sub. Andrea Lopez coming in. Liz Mastaloni, one of the 2 goal scorers. She takes the corner. Headed away by George. Cleared out of the box by Barna. Mastaloni on the cross. George gets her head on it again. George for Zadina. Now Chen. Campbell way out of her cage for Sydney Melton. Kiefer will chase that down and let Underborn take it. Rochester has designs on getting Hannah Wadsworth in the game as well. She's also on the sideline waiting to come in. Chimalevagu wins it. Chipped on for Kokora, shouldered off the ball by Melton. Zadina, Melton steps in again, and a foul issued. That must have been on Melton. Continuation was played. Ryan Slack makes the call. So the Spartans with a set piece in the 68th minute. Down 2-0 to the Yellow Jackets. This is Bailey George on the service. Into the scrum in the middle of the box. Chen tries to find it. Flips it toward Campbell, and she has no trouble. Now they want to reverse field quickly. Long toss for McEachran. Annie McEachran. Ball played through. Too far. Kiefer steps in and sends it away. Anna Wadsworth on for Rochester. Abby DeSico for Case. Toward Unterborn, smothers it. Unterborn to punt it away. Hauser can't find it, neither can Wadsworth. This is Kokora, nice move to get herself around Martin. Sent out for another throw. More subs. Angelina Batty coming on for Case. Anna Geithner checks in for Rochester. We're into the 70th minute with a 2-0 Rochester advantage. That was the final score in the men's game earlier. Rochester trying to sweep this men's and women's doubleheader. DeSico on the far side. Back to Rochester control. The goals, if you missed them, for Rochester, both in the second half. Pamela Chan made it 1-0 in the 56th minute. Just inside the 18 on the far side. She found the net just inside the near side post, and on a cross less than 10 minutes later in the 62nd minute, Liz Mastaloni from the far side sent what looked like a cross that ended up on net over Unterborn and in that same corner of the net. Chimalavagu. Spartans have less than 20 minutes to find 2 goals. Emily Hauser on the throw. Looking for Batty. It goes off of Batty and out. This is Zadina. They're going to rely on Ellie Zadina. To try to help equalize this match. Remember, she had all 3 goals on Saturday. Here she is, crossing it. And it turned away. She has it again. High arcing cross. Right onto the goal line, punched away by Campbell. Looked like DeSico was there, and Campbell somehow got her fist on it. That was the best chance to get the first that the Spartans need. The freshman Campbell did well. She's looking for her 2nd win as a starter, her first conference win. Freshman out of Olentangy Liberty High School. Rochester with another sub. A return to the pitch for Haley Orchuk. Shayna Levy comes out. The frigid wind bowl that is DeSanto Field. The Spartans in Rochester have 17.5 minutes left in regulation. And Geithner will take the throw. Ford. Chip to the middle. Taken by Martin. Now Kober. Back for Kober. Down the right side, looking to cross. Finds space, Ford cuts it out. But Rochester winning the field position and possession game. They're melting clock away. Right now, that's the biggest asset they have. Foul call on Rochester for that tangle. Look to be against Emily Tompkins. Off of Chimalavagu. Controlled by Orchuk. Near side it comes, flipped to the middle by Wadsworth, headed back away. And out for a throw. Wadsworth trying to cross. Kept alive somehow, kept in bounds. Now for a Spartan throw. It seems every time you look back up at the clock, another minute has bled away. Case needs every second. Chimalavagu. Dispossessed. Andrea Lopez. Through the middle. This is Kober. Rather McEachran. Now into the box. With the left. 3-0. Emily Tompkins. From Annie McEachran. And that should seal it. Rochester came into today without a goal in UAA play. They've posted 3 against the Spartans tonight. The latest by Tompkins, the first in her collegiate career. Officially in the 76th minute. And it's a put-away goal. Spartans trying to answer. It's more than just the clock working against them now. Tompkins, the first year out of Walt Whitman High School in Maryland, with the latest goal. And for the freshman goalkeeper, Emma Campbell, in search of her second shutout. Looks like subs coming on soon as well. That's 3 goals in 20 minutes for Rochester. Now a slew of subs. Here is Kakura, and that goes out. Megan Masterson, one of the ladies to check in for the Spartans. They'll get a corner kick out of this. Also checking in, Tony Alloy. Petropoulos on the corner. To the back post, headed too tall. Masterson came in and nearly had it. Angelina Batty also checking in for Case with Kokora, who returns to the pitch. This is Wadsworth on it. Headed back by Aceves. Flips back for Campbell. Here's Martin. For Tompkins. Back for Hannah Geithner. Mastaloni plays it out on the far side. Case is going to have to turn the page quickly. With this almost definite loss as they set up this corner. They'll go to 0-5 in conference play. They'll take on Emory on Sunday at 1:30, back end of that men's and women's doubleheader. And they'll play their last game against number 9 Carnegie Mellon. Rochester takes on Carnegie Mellon on Sunday. They have 3 straight road UAA matches to end the season. Off the corner, deflect over Batty. 10.5 left to play. Chasing after it, Alloy. She's on it again. Tony Alloy. Toward the corner, looking to cross. Took a deflection. Another corner kick went off of Megan Martin, and the Spartans really, with the wind and the rain coming down in buckets, trying to grab one goal before this is all said and done. About to hit the 81st minute, and here we are. On the corner, to the back post, takes a pinball deflection. Arriving too late was Dickens. Dickens on the throw. For Kokora. Turning around Mastaloni. Looking to cross. She's on her left. Gets it into the box and sent wide. Now here's Batty. Angelina Batty. Sent down the right side. Handled by DeSico. And rolled out of bounds. Bordering on unplayable conditions at this point, and it would be a whole lot sloppier if not for the turf at DeSanto Field. Case trailing Rochester 3-0, and the clock slowly ticking away. I hope you're warm back home. Wherever you're taking in tonight's game, it is far from it this late October evening. Tony Alloy on it. Sent toward Dickens on the far side. And punched out. 8 minutes left to play. Turning with it is Lopez, and it'll go out. And a foul called on Rochester. So a set piece for the Spartans. Sent toward goal. Campbell handles with ease. Petropoulos took it. Let's chip toward Dickens. And send for Kikora. Tries to cross off the side of the net. McKenna Dougherty coming into the game for Rochester. 7 minutes remaining. As they try to finish off what would be their first win in conference play this year. 0-4-0 entering play tonight in UAA competition. And without a goal to their credit, but they've had 3 this evening. The latest by Emily Tompkins. The others courtesy of Liz Mastaloni and Pamela Chan. Contact and a tumble on the near side as Mary Kate Ford trips over Andrea Lopez. And sent out on the near side. Well, the Spartans, again, will take on Emory. That's coming up on Sunday at 1:30. Rochester will have to deal with Carnegie Mellon. Corner kick from Petropoulos over the top of the goal. Take a look at the upcoming schedule for both teams. For Rochester on the road at Carnegie Mellon at 1:30 on Sunday. They'll finish off against Emory the following Saturday. So like we mentioned before, 3 straight road UAA matches to close the season. 4 straight on the road, period, to end the 2017 campaign as Campbell jumps on that. For the Spartans, they're the reverse. All at home. Emory, then Carnegie Mellon. Under 5 to play. Chimalevagu for Kikora. Shouldered off of that momentarily. She's on the end line. Jostling for position with Dougherty. Trying to send it off of Dougherty and out for a corner. She is successful in doing so. Here's Petropoulos on the corner. Chen off the deflection. Chimalevagu looking for it. And sent clear away by Hannah Wadsworth. Zadina trying for it. Out of bounds for another throw. See if the Spartans can net 1, down 3-0. Chimalevagu on the cross, off the side of the net. Well, if this score holds, then the Spartans would end today with a worse goal differential than Rochester in the UAA. They entered today 1 goal against 9 allowed. And if the score remains the same, it'll be 1 against 12. For Rochester, they entered 0 against 12 allowed. They'll end at 3 against 12, barring a goal. Easily handled by Campbell, who jumps on it. Under 3 minutes away from what could be her first UAA shutout of her career. Other UAA scores tonight. Chicago defeated NYU 2-0, so they remain dominant in UAA. Washington in the second half, about midway through the second half, leading Brandeis 1-0. And no score between Emory and Carnegie Mellon at roughly the start of the second half. So Chicago still undefeated in UAA play, 5-0. And still without a goal allowed. As amazing as that is. At least not in conference play. Set piece for the Spartans. Coming off of that foul. Under 2 to play. This is Petropoulos. Toward Campbell. She punches it away outside of the scrum. Sent toward goal, but clearly offside was DeSico. Alloy stepped up and tried to punch that one toward Campbell. This is a last-ditch effort just to avoid the clean sheet. The decision in this one all but final as we hit the 90th minute. Ford punches it forward. And a handball against Rochester. Spartans try to send it toward goal in the last 45 seconds. Petropoulos. They'll stop the clock. Then restart. Campbell. Easy catch. 30 seconds remaining. Rochester on the verge of its first UAA win of the year. Emma Campbell, her second win, second shutout, and first UAA shutout of her young career. 10 seconds remaining. And as the final whistle sounds, the final score tonight, the University of Rochester 3, Case Western Reserve University nothing. So Rochester sweeps the men's and women's doubleheader. The men's game went 2-0, the women's game 3-0. And that will drop Case Western Reserve to a record of 6-10-0, 0-5-0 in UAA competition. And the Yellow Jackets pick up their first conference win of the year. They go to 1-4-0 in the UAA, 7-7-1 overall, and they end their 4-game losing streak. The Spartans with the loss have now dropped 4 of their last 5. So Case will regroup. They will take on Emory on Sunday at 1:30. Rochester will take on Carnegie Mellon at 1:30 or 11 a.m. On Sunday on the road in Pittsburgh. We hope you enjoyed our coverage of tonight's soccer doubleheader. Once again, the final score in both games in the men's contest: Rochester 2 and Case Western Reserve University nothing. And in the women's contest, Rochester 3 and Case nothing, with goals by Pamela Chan, Liz Mastaloni, and Emily Tompkins. I'm Andrew Luftglass. Thanks so much for watching.